What's the mighty good word, party folk? I'm your Mile High Priest. I'm up here, up about a mile high on Mars's Day, July 16th, about midday for me. A little noisy out there. What's good, party folk? This is a full moon in Capricorn, collective reading, regardless of your sign placements. I still recommend you check out the sign placement readings, the all signs, as well as the other collective readings. I do have a few oracle decks, and I know the full moon is not until Sunday the 21st, Saturday the 20th, Sunday the 21st, depending on where you're at. But I do have some notes already kind of culminated. Maybe I was trying to get ahead a little bit because of the upcoming Mercury retrograde. We are, I believe by now, officially in the pre-shadow retrograde phase. So in about 2.5 weeks, it will station retrograde and then retrograde or appear to move backwards very slowly, pick up speed, then slow down again to then move direct. And those shadow periods are marked by either a slow down or speeding up. So there can be a lot of technicalities in the way. What's good, party folk? We should just get into it, right? I hope everyone's been enjoying their summer or winter, staying well hydrated. It's really hot, but we did get a break in Colorado, maybe Denver, yes. The Empress is the significator card for the full moon. The Empress is a Venus archetype, more specifically Venus in Libra and Venus in Taurus, which are the beneficiary dignities, the good dignities exalted in Taurus and or the ruler, right? Ruler of Libra and Taurus. So yeah, Venus is very active anyway, currently in Leo. Yeah, so a lot of the energies that will spring up, bloom, or break through ground, they're about to burst. The moon does occur at the final minutes of the 29th degree mark of Cancer, and the moon will be in Capricorn, 29 degrees, and then it does culminate in 2025, this longer lunation phase when the moon squares the sun in Aries. And then it does kind of go back. We had mentioned some of the moons that are picking up speed now are related to the new moons in December of 2022. This one is from the end of around the winter solstice or the solstice mark in December of 2023 when the sun and the moon met in Capricorn. In 2022, right? December 2022, the first quarter moon phase occurred in October, closer to end of October in 2023. And that was between eclipses, between the new moon eclipse in Libra and the full moon eclipse in Taurus. So now we are about 6 weeks away. So we are in the ecliptic zone, and the eclipses will occur in mid to late September. The first one will be a full moon in Pisces eclipse, and then followed by a new moon in Libra, I believe, right? So yeah, the fall vibrations are kind of overwhelming now. So with that, magicians, high priests, high priestesses, kings, queens, royals, This is your full moon in Capricorn, end of July, beginning of Sun in Leo season. Court, I am your mercurial, effervescent, bubbly, hyper, giggly, Akashic librarian, stellar informant, ninja warrior, divine messenger with your messages for your exaltation, your spiritual evolution, your human growth through all spaces and time. Wait, did I say funny looking gesture? That's what I Okay, so this is from the past popular opinion, coming from reaction state, learning about that, learning about wishing for something, wishing for more, or wishing for a relationship, coming from a reaction. For example, not fully healed or not healing, but starting something new, something like that. For example, coming out of a relationship and not being ready, right? Either not fully committed to continual healing, or wrapping up a healing phase to then enter a new relationship. So 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, and then now we're at this repair 4 of Swords zone where you're calling truce. Either you're It was sort of like based on popular opinion, like a popularity contest where you wanted to win, or maybe everyone wanted to win at all costs. There's a little bit of that row your boat. So you could even be planning a canoe trip. A lot of water, natural kind of healing energy, but also the symbolism, the metaphor of everyone paddling their own boat. And so having this 5 of Pentacles retro flashback, don't deny growth just because you think you owe it to others. So just because you think you owe something to society, or because you think you owe a dream that you committed to a dream based on a reaction to society, and now you can get real, you can start living, you can be reborn, you can be born again, there can be a rebirth moment, you can commit to not necessarily giving up on what you're doing, who you're with, or your relationship, or your jobs, or your career, or your dreams, or your goals, but knowing what must go and committing to releasing, so that you can come to a commitment to an authentic self, regardless of how your spirituality manifests, right? And so now we also go into running too far, too deep with spiritual things. Okay, Oracle. I'll throw symbols, I'll throw herbal stuff. Just making sure I'm recording. What's good, y'all? We're 10 minutes in. My name's Armando. I'm the Mile High Priest. I had a fun-filled weekend. Yes. Lots of readings. I hope that you all have been enjoying the latest all signs readings. I kind of like that marathon. It gives you a slight peek into my life. Like recording that much back to back in a day. Wow, divine masculine, good fortune. Goddess Isis, Sun God, Ra, Mercury, Archangels, Angels, Spirit Guides of the highest light. helpful ancestors, wise ancestors, sage ancestors. Clear messages for the collective for the full moon in Capricorn, opposing the sun in Cancer. Trust at the bottom. Card 16, and then friendship. Herbal astrology. Thank you, Spirit of Heart. Clear messages for the collective. Thank you. For the full moon in Capricorn. Thank you so much. Okay. Weaver, card number 20. Lavender. Cannabis detachment, card number 31. Saturnian, Neptunian herb, a Saturn, Saturnian herb, Saturn in Pisces, Saturn retrograde in Pisces, Neptune currently retrograde in Pisces in the final degrees, so they do that agitative feeling, slightly spiritual, a disconnect, also to connect to your reality, your system. The Weaver, Lavender, Mercury. Yes, removing mental blocks. Thanks so much, Mercury Archangels. This is the Dreamscape Oracle. Wow. I'm not going to take... Okay, the serpent is in the background because over the next... During that... In that 6-week mark in the... Wow, y'all. Like up in smoke, the serpent. It's out of... You've left out of your hands and in God's hands, but now God asks you to do your part, right? It takes two. Wow, friendship. Also, a friendship is the basis of this new foundation, and so that can be the antithesis or the medicine to the venom, right? Or the antidote, anti-poison. You're at a crossroads. So Two of Swords, you met someone, or you also declared God as a presence in your life despite not fully relinquishing control and allowing fully God, divinity, the balance, the adjustment, Libra, the scales, Capricorn, Saturn, and Venus, Libra, Taurus, Mercury, Taurus, Mercury, Libra, Mercury, Pisces. Okay, the sulky again, very Piscean. This was in one of the Pisces readings. And so it is a trade. Will you allow God to release you? Will you release yourself is what the message is about. Will you release by releasing yourself, you are in self-acceptance You are also in self-forgiveness and nurturance and authenticity, real popularity, and so now shine, meaning shine now, come through. This is very Pisces, very Scorpio, and very Gemini, the Selkie. So the choice to either commit to this, so Sagittarius, on a new journey. Will you pick up speed in this new journey? The Selkie is about, yes, the release, perhaps relying on the notion that others must release you. You have committed yourself to these these masks, these identities, so you have every right and capability to then let them go, relinquish, allow the dissolution and disintegration, let it go up in smoke, allow clarity to come in through friendship. I will read the Weaver and friendship. A new ally, positive support, community, and camaraderie. Meditate when you want more harmony and peace in your community. Also used to draw new alliances and friends. The Native American symbol of two arrows crossed signals peace, friendship, and the end of a war. Coming out of like chaos. Thank you very much. Get out of there. You did. You're watching it. It may still be around you. It feels like a haunting. There have been a lot of vibrations like Christmas in July, so this is Halloween. Also Halloween. Halloween in July. Very Scorpio, Capricorn. The Selkie are released. Very Gemini and Pisces and a bridge Virgo. Merfolk, so water cleanse. But can you row your own boat, your own canoe? Can you? There may be a sense of, this is how I lead. And so you may want to take on the same approach to your leadership. What if you just led yourself to let others prove to you that they should receive your support? If you truly are a leader amongst other leaders, if you stand above leaders as a leader, above that fold, and that's fine. This is not about comparison or looking down, but it is about honoring power and allowing the release, allow others to prove to you that they do indeed have gratitude for the support that you provide. If you provide a lot, especially if you are a leader that provides to other leaders, that means you do need to let others. It's less about the length of the rope and chain. Awful analogy, but it's literally about the release. Let this go, and now lead in that manner. 20 Weaver. So Sacred Symbols by Marcella Kroll. Herbal Astrology by Adriana Ayales. Lavender is much like the medicine of a spider, a master communicator that organizes, refines, and systemizes many elements. In life, lavender's medicine provides us the power, discipline, and focus energy, key elements to enable aligned manifestation Spider is here today to remind you that when you're not communicating from higher alignment, we quickly become entangled, overly critical, and even block the flow of creativity and healing communication. Connect to the energy of the spiral to journey deep into your shadows and allow the self-organizing system to facilitate higher alignment to your foundation when needed. Use the gifts of communication such as music, poetry, art, and dance to nurture creativity as you weave your life. Wow, I love that. Let me take a drink. Awesome. I have the Values Oracle. Thank you so much. I get a lot of you are wondering like why. Like this is to your blind spots. The next 6 weeks specifically are to locate blind spots and or determine blind spots. This may be a time of severity when you can be too cold. You can be like the mountain, the cave. Go there to alchemize, not to stay there and to look down on others, right? Go there to go to your core and to come back to create creativity, right? Now that you've seen where you can row your boat to, like we can all individually row our boats to chaos, to demise, to the serpent. So now row your boat and let others follow you, or let others follow their own demise, right? What's good, party folk? Don't forget to hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. I like that we're gaining followers slowly but surely. I should be better about promotion, and I'm trying to figure it out on many angles. Yes, but don't take that as I need suggestions. I already get a lot, and there's a fine line. Goddess Isis, Sun God, Ra, Mercury, Archangels, Angels, Spirit, Guides, the highest light. Messages for the collective for the full moon in Capricorn. Thank you so much. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wow. Romance at the bottom of the deck. A Venusian, Libran, and Taurian. Okay, wow. Yeah, romance. Get clear on what you really want. Get real. Ground, wealth. The wheel shows up twice, both as in out of the old, the influx of the new, more Libra and more Jupiter, more solar. Here's sacral, a very solar defined bowl. So lead with confidence, but not pride, right? Shift now your thoughts out of the systems that we're tending to. And it doesn't have to mean shift what you're doing. It just means shift how you're approaching it. Responsibility, right? We have core. We said core earlier. Pluto. Responsibility. Saturn. And very Capricornian. Virgo and Earth. Sacral. Bull. Venusian. Shift, right? With a protective shift, so shift out of pride, shift from egoist and egotistical, shift to self-worth, shift to real confidence, work with real confidence and ground this new vibration. It's going to lead to a turn of your self-assurance. Wow. Okay, I split the deck and the Lovers. The adjustment card was here when I was doing the pre-meditation, pre-shuffle, getting ready to record. This is the Lovers. And the Major Arcana adjustment. What is the other one? 4 of Cups trying to peek out. We just came out of the Mars and Uranus conjunction. So the Tower card is kind of looming, or maybe in this vibration. Goddess, Isis, Sun God, Mercury, Archangels, Angels, Spirits, the highest light. Okay. 3 cards for the full moon in Capricorn for the collective, based on, wow, the Ace of Swords at the bottom. Okay. Origin. What crosses the situation, and the situation, what crosses the situation, the origin. Based on the full moon in Capricorn for collective. Thank y'all. Okay, I have a full. Some of you may take some of you are entering your new romantic cycle, like the vibration of protection of yourself, protection of the home after separation, mother and kids. Also, stepping into singlehood, and some of you are more committing after chaos. I have Aries, the Fool, as the situation. You're not yet taking the leap, but you know that this is likely the choice, and this is what is justified in regards to your path. That will lead to either this romance or more singular, independent, let me clarify, let me figure out what I really want as far as romance or work. And then others are going into more work mode. So self-preservation, but more, self-protection and protection of like your children, but also now declaring the need to budget and spend, so likely wanting an increase in pay, even if you are not a mother or like a matriarchal maternal figure. You could be a man, a masculine, and you're taking care of business at the home and your body. So protection, self-protection, self-acceptance, and moving, nurturance, and waiting to take on more, but knowing that this, you have to pick up speed in this department, whether it's like a health regime. I got a lot of like masculine energy clearing out to take this leap of faith, and you maybe feel you want to like clear a lot of physical stuff like diet, exercise. Meanwhile, you tend to relationships, exit some, and declare your new collective groups, declare who you're hanging out with. All of that is trying to come up. The Fool. This is very new. The declaration became clear, and now it's that spring into action. But you're like, whoa. 4 Swords, truce. That's awesome. And at the bottom, the Ace of Swords stayed. Okay, cool. The origin being, it is very timely, like of the now. Maybe you feel more present lately. You've been grounding and taking care of business, as in the body, the business of your body, the business of who you are as a person. Your worth, and your worth being naturally either inherently taken advantage of, if not checked right. So proper determination of boundaries, restoration, rebirth. This is the rebirth truce. This is knowing smash windows and strength. 8 of Cups. So I've been working with Matt Hughes's Dreamscape Oracle, and now I have Matt Hughes's Ethereal Visions Luna Edition Tarot. Strength at the bottom of the deck. That's awesome. This is the original illuminated tarot, Ethereal Visions by Matt Hughes. This is the Luna Edition. You have 4 of Swords, Saturn in Libra, or Jupiter in Libra. So from this singularity, from your core, from that responsibility of self-acceptance, nurturance, and forgiveness, and then declaring that you will weave in this new, true, authentic self identification, and not identifying with what you were fed or told to identify as. Also, yes, taking either a journey on your own or to declare this peace around you and determine if you're going to take the relationship to the next level, some of you. So I have a lot of fire with the Ace of Wands, and then the Fool is Aries, Uranus, and Pluto. So some scorpionic vibrations. Oh, and that's from the Thoth Taro, sorry. So past, present, future, thank you. Wow, past, present, and then future. 5 of Cups, 2 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Cups in the past, crying over what maybe you didn't realize were bad relationships, bad friendships, bad groups, where you poured a lot of love, where you were supportive, but where you also were not grounded in your own truth and identity. So a little bit of misleading on both parts, understanding where it takes 2, right? Where the crossroads then, wow, 2 of Wands, then where the crossroad, you're at the crossroads. It will require the shift of planning into, now that you are coming to realization and peace in your mentality and groundedness, now will you take the leap of faith? So Queen of Pentacles on top of the Fool, and this being the leap of faith, but like the real leap of faith, not just the spiritual, like, oh, I learned my lesson. Now you're like, and I was also trying to see if I was going to stay or go, and now working on finalizing what you're going to commit to, and committing to a leap of faith that's coming up in 6 weeks or 8 weeks, right? Capricorn and Sagittarius vibrations, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's wrap this up with where you stand now. Your strength, right? What surrounds you, what comes to you, your environment, your hopes, fears, your beliefs, your faith, or lack thereof, and the outcome. Some truth. Okay, the World card is where you're at right now, which is Saturn, Capricorn. Matters of the heart now outweighed by responsibility. Matters of the heart will be valued more, working on setting up a new foundation, honoring a new responsibility by either declaring that you will be single, which means removing yourself from a lot of circles, and you could remain single if you're in that vibration. Otherwise, there are some parties that are feeling like you want to leave certain groups to be a single entity apart from them, but you also know that there are other tendencies and behaviors that you want to eliminate or work on to remove from your personality and characteristics to then take on a romantic relationship from something that is kind of already been building. There's a little bit of that. Can you be more approachable? Can you take the date to go on, start the date? That's maybe where you're at. Virgo, Leo vibes with the Knight of Pentacles, but now shining in a new way than where you're used to shining and where you're used to going, and taking your light and shining elsewhere, committing to the journey, but starting from that romantic sphere of wanting to date or wanting to nurture you and your body, or both. Okay, look what comes out. The Lovers, the choice surrounds you. At the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles, or earth vibrations from the new inspirational commitment. Victory, okay, but it may come out of having to put down the fights and having to put down the childish fights, understanding where immaturity is, if both parties are able to, in regards to this, whether you choose to be single or whether you choose to commit, there is something about a choice that surrounds you, and maybe someone wants to commit to you. This is Gemini, the Lovers, Mercury, and we had Mercury, the Weaver. So there is a choice, the commitment. The Page of Pentacles is your fear that you will have to reprogram in a way. Wow, 1111. Y'all. I'm sorry, my mouth is so dry today. Page of Pentacles, I may have to get clarity on that, because that's your... Maybe you're like, can this work? Do I have it in me? So all the court card, all the earth court cards, the Pentacles, beside, the only one not here is the King of Pentacles. So that means you're going to do it, right? Wow, but we do have the Devil, which is more Saturn, more Capricorn, and we have Eight of Wands, which is Mercury and Sagittarius. So it will evolve, because you know which direction to take. Four of Wands, 1111, which is funny. And then Six of Wands, Jupiter or Saturn in Leo. That's the outcome. By the end of the year, there is finally the decision, moving in a new manner, right? Moving in a new way, but also moving out of silence, because it's like you are quickly deciding to go from where you thought you had to. Like, it is that feeling of like old friendships, or like maybe you thought an old relationship would come back around, or maybe you're trying to get away from old lovers, or like old lovers still wanting to be near you or around you, and finally maybe you're realizing, like, not only do you want to get away from them, but there are certain other friend groups that are all kind of involved. Wow, I don't want to go down that route, y'all, but it is about leaving groups and associating yourself with a new direction, with a new focus, with new passions. Old passions die out, old behaviors, obsessive passions, where you may be led through desire to be known, or desire to make friends, or desire to make money, or desire to just express yourself in a less than savory, but maybe really savory, really spicy. But like you're really moving out of that and now coming to declare, like, will you go about the same way, or will you shift? The Four Wands is a shift for, it is also a celebration. And so maybe it's at the end of the year during these end of the year celebrations, but also as we approach the fall, a lot of this out of self-deception and self-deceit, and maybe even a self-obsessive quality, with the Page of Pentacles being like, no, it's not selfish. It's self-absorbed and self-gratifying to stay and not honor your worth. Okay, and here's the Queen of Cups. Can you honor your worth in those old pastures and those old communities? And then the World card, 21, Major Arcana. We have the Lovers, Arcana number 6. We have the Fool, Arcana number 0. We have Ace of Wands. We have Ace of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups, so that's untangling and then expressing new emotion. End of a whole thing, especially end of a lot of old friendships, or like moving on, really progressing, knowing where you have matured and where others are not mature. And maybe that's what you do see, and you're worried about the immaturity and like manipulation tactics of others, Page of Wands. But you're quickly like inspired to really move out of that and learn your lesson. Like the Six of Wands go on to new, from an old, even an old area. You could be moving even across water, and we've had those vibrations, and then finally making the decision to no longer self-deny, self-deceive, and to finally unfold and reveal, right? The reveal, rebirth, new birth, a new you, reborn again, born again, born again, born to live, and born to love, and born to earn, and born to live authentically. Wow, I honor you, your path. I'll just leave you with that, and maybe don't forget to hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. Thank you all so much. Just a little bit of the root bowl, right? We're already very, very far. Thank you all for being here. Like, share, subscribe, comment, talk to me, hang out with me. Happy full moon in Capricorn. I'll be back with more anyway after I get more water. Deep belly breaths all the way.